This is the Sunday Business Page on KDKA TV.
And a very good morning to you. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday morning with us. The unusual winter weather we've been having, snow and ice, followed by rain, followed by snow and ice, has resulted in some real problems along our area rivers. From barges breaking away because of high, fast-moving rivers to ice jams along the Allegheny River. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is key to preventing serious flooding and keeping river traffic flowing. Pittsburgh is the country's second busiest inland port. Colonel Andrew Kobe Short is commander of the Pittsburgh District of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We welcome him to the Sunday Business Page to talk about these challenges. Colonel, great to have you on the show. Thank you, sir, for coming in.
Good morning, John.
You know, it's wintertime. We know it's going to get cold. We know there's going to be ice on the rivers. Has it been difficult this year versus previous years?
Well, I think in the past few years we've seen a lot more ice, especially on the Allegheny. What I will say is that the lock operators that we have are doing some awesome work up there. When the water and the ice gets to a certain level in our facilities, our team is out there pulling up a lot of the fencing and stuff so we don't have a lot of damage on our facilities, so then we can open them back up once the waters and the ice recede.
Well, let me ask you about our three rivers, because I think a lot of folks will say, well, the Allegheny, it's coming from the north, it should freeze. The Monongahela coming from the south, from West Virginia, maybe not so much. And I don't know what about the Ohio. I mean, it's a funny river that heads south, then north, and then south again. Are there differences among these three rivers?
In some cases there could be. I'm not going to speculate too much on weather patterns or how that works, but I will say that we're postured and prepared to deal with the ice, whether that's on the Mon, the Ohio, or the Allegheny. We will see ice down through Hannibal Lock, which is down south of Wheeling, West Virginia, as far south as that, as we continue to push it down. But our team, again, is postured to, one, push the ice through, in some cases, through our locks.
What does that mean? I mean, are you breaking up? Are you literally breaking up the ice?
So we don't necessarily break it up. I mean, Mother Nature is going to do what she does based on temperatures and precipitation amounts. But sometimes what we can do is, through our locks, vice a boat, to help facilitate the stress and the damage to our facilities, we can lock through some ice in some cases to help push it down the river.
It seems like, Colonel, over the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've heard more about barges, breakaway barges. What's going on here?
So with the increased velocities of the river, so you hear high water with Mon Wharf, 10th Street bypass, but that increases the velocity as well. And then combined with some of the ice flows, some of these barges break away. Now the Coast Guard, who is the federal, has jurisdiction on the rivers, they work closely with industry, and we monitor and work closely as well. And that's one thing here in Pittsburgh. Be confident that we have a great network and communication. So what we do as the Corps is to ensure these barges, once they've broken away, we don't want them to damage our facilities. So we can help maybe push water a certain direction. But in the case of the most recent barge breakaways, the Coast Guard and industry were able to retrieve those before any damage to the facilities happened.
I mean, ultimately, the Army Corps of Engineers is responsible for the locks and dams, which is what really keeps us from flooding. As we go into spring, we're going to have more instances of this. I mean, we see the Mon Wharf this past week was flooded. The Point, I mean, you look, I drive in over the Fort Pitt Bridge, so I cast an eye off to the left there. And when I see water up around the fountain, I know we've got some issues.
Sure.
So how do you think we're doing? Are we poised well for the spring?
Absolutely. And one misnomer to clarify is that the locks and dams on the rivers actually aren't preventing the floods. It's our reservoirs, the 16 reservoirs that we operate in western Pennsylvania and northeast Ohio. And so that is where, when the rainfall comes, we hold water there.
Gotcha.
And so as the river crests at the Point, we ensure that it's not going to crest at an even greater level. And so once it starts to recede, then we release water out of the reservoirs to ensure it's a gradual recession. The locks and the dams that you see on the rivers aren't actually holding water back for flood mitigation. It's actually creating the pool so that we have a depth so the industry
so that it's level as you move on down. Right,
Absolutely.
I got you. And thank you for that correction, because I think it is important to recognize the reservoirs. And the reservoirs offer recreation as well.
Yeah, the reservoirs helped assist in just this 2018, which was a very high precipitous year, saved over $1 billion in economic loss just to the western PA area here.
We should repeat, as we always do on this show, how important the rivers are to economic development here in the Pittsburgh area. Can you describe again how important these rivers as the second largest inland port?
It is. It's vital. I mean, in 2017, I'll go back another year, there were 60 million tons of commodities at over $6 billion that traversed on our rivers.
Wow.
So, you know, competition would be rail and trucks, but there is so much more that can happen on the rivers. Specifically here in Western PA, the new Shell plant out on the Ohio River, in order to construct the plant there, they actually move up these large pieces of equipment on the rivers because they won't fit on the rail or the highways.
And they have built docks there. I've actually been out to that cracker
Yes.
plant, and they've taken me around, and it's pretty impressive what's going on there. You're absolutely right that the Shell cracker plant is really dependent in so many ways on the Ohio River there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you finally about the locks and dams. Every time we talk about this subject, I'll hear from somebody saying that we're not putting enough effort into, frankly, repairing, restoring, rebuilding locks and dams that in some cases are over 100 years old. How difficult a problem is this for you?
It's a challenge. You know, I have a crew, a team out there who are doing maintenance on our aging facilities. It is true that we have some of the most dated and old facilities in the inventory across the U.S. I will say we continue to make progress at Charleroi. We have been federally funded for that to complete the project that started about 20 years ago at Braddock and then has moved up, and we're about 4 years out from completing that portion. We do have our attention on the Ohio River and our I won't say aggressively, but looking, you know, to how to procure money in the out years so that we can ensure that the Western PA and the Pittsburgh area can continue to compete and be relevant and reliable source of transportation.
Well, it's an absolutely vital need. I've talked to our U.S. senators, our congressmen on a bipartisan basis. They all support efforts to pump more money into making sure that we have the best locks and dams in the country. Colonel Kobe Short, nice to have you on the show. Thank you, sir, very much for sharing with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good to see you. When the Sunday Business Page continues, why our area could soon be facing a serious shortage of blood supply and how that could affect our local hospitals. Stick with us.